Men, it's time to wake up. The dating landscape has evolved, and not in your favor, if you're still playing by outdated rules. Being endlessly patient, overly nice, or waiting around for her to finally value you. That strategy doesn't work anymore. It gets you disrespected, sidelined, and emotionally drained. Today, you need to be sharp. Women show you who they are, not just in what they say, but how they act, how they treat you, and what they prioritize. And when she reveals even a hint of disrespect, manipulation, or indifference, your move is simple. Leave. Not after another chance. Not after a maybe things will change. Right now. Because every moment you spend excusing toxic behavior is a moment you're giving away your power. And make no mistake, power is everything. Women respect strength. And strength means setting boundaries, not begging for affection or clarity. If you can't walk away, she owns the frame. And once that happens, it's game over. Her respect vanishes, and so does your influence in the dynamic. Now let's be clear. This isn't about being jaded or heartless. It's about self-respect. You're not here to babysit someone's emotional growth or prove your worth to someone who doesn't value it. You're not her therapist, you're a man with standards. When certain behaviors pop up, they're not just little warning signs, they're sirens. And ignoring them will leave you confused, depleted, and stuck in a cycle that never ends well. So if you're tired of getting burned, pay close attention. I'm about to walk you through the signs that mean it's time to walk away for good. Let's get started. Sign number 1, I don't need a man. When a woman looks you in the eye and says, I don't need a man, believe her. She's telling you everything you need to know. That phrase might sound trendy, independent, or strong, but what it really signals is a hardened mindset, one that leaves no room for a healthy connection with a man. And here's the truth most men ignore. A woman who constantly says she doesn't need a man is preparing herself emotionally to treat you like you're disposable. Don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with a woman being independent, but independence is not the same as dismissiveness. A woman who truly values herself and knows her worth doesn't have to constantly declare her independence. She shows it in how she lives, not in how she throws it in your face. When she keeps saying she doesn't need a man, what she's really doing is pushing you away while keeping you around for validation. It's a power move. It's a control tactic. It's a shield to avoid vulnerability and accountability. A woman like that won't invest in the relationship the way you will. She'll always keep a piece of herself detached, unavailable, and out of reach. You'll find yourself constantly proving your worth, trying to earn her time, her attention, her respect. And the whole time she'll be reminding you that she never really needed you anyway. That's not love. That's a power struggle. You need to understand this. Real relationships are built on mutual need. That doesn't mean weakness. That means both of you understand that you're better together, stronger together. But when a woman talks like she doesn't need you, she's already closed off to what a relationship should be. She doesn't want to build. She wants to dominate. She doesn't want to grow with you. She wants to stay above you. And if you stay with a woman like that, you'll shrink slowly, silently. You'll lose yourself trying to be enough for someone who already decided you weren't essential. Men who stay in that situation often try to outlaw the coldness. They think patience will fix it. It won't. Her words are the warning. Don't try to change her mind. Don't argue about how you could add value to her life. If she doesn't see it already, she never will. Walk away. Not because you're weak, but because you refuse to be where you're not appreciated. A real man doesn't beg to be needed. He walks where he is. When a woman says she doesn't need a man, let her prove it. Exit her life. Don't slam the door. Don't send a long message. Just go. That's the loudest message you can send, and the one that keeps your self-respect fully intact. Sign number 2, constant disrespect. Disrespect is never accidental. When a woman constantly disrespects you, it's not a slip of the tongue or a bad day. It's a statement, a habit, a reflection of how little value she places on you as a man. And the longer you tolerate it, the louder you tell her that you don't respect yourself either. That's why constant disrespect is not something you talk through, negotiate, or wait for her to grow out of. It's your signal to walk. Disrespect doesn't always come as yelling or insults. Sometimes it's quiet and passive-aggressive. It can look like sarcasm that always cuts you down. Constant comparisons to other men, rolling her eyes when you speak, making you feel stupid for having emotions, mocking your goals, interrupting you, belittling your success, or treating your time like it has no value. And the worst part, some men have been in it so long they think that's normal. They think that's just how women are. No, it's how broken women treat men they don't respect. The truth is, a woman who truly sees your value will be careful with her words. She may challenge you. She may be strong, but she won't cut you down repeatedly. She won't throw jabs just to get a reaction. And if she ever crosses a line, she'll own it, apologize, and try to do better. But if every conversation turns into a power struggle, if every disagreement becomes an excuse for her to attack you, then what you have is not love. It's emotional warfare. Some women get off on testing your limits. They push to see what they can get away with. If you allow the disrespect, they lose respect for you. That's the irony. The more you tolerate, the less they value you. You think you're being patient and understanding. She sees you as weak. You're showing her that she can treat you however she wants, and you'll still be there. You can't build a relationship in that environment. You can't lead, provide, or protect. When you're constantly being undermined, you'll find yourself hesitating, doubting, apologizing for things you didn't do, trying to earn peace that should be basic. You'll walk on eggshells just to keep things calm, and over time, you'll lose yourself. A woman who disrespects you regularly does not love you. She loves the control. She loves the reaction. She loves that you let her get away with it. But that's not your role as a man. Your role is not to absorb emotional damage until she decides to heal. Your role is to recognize when a situation is toxic and remove yourself from it, not later. Now, disrespect is the beginning of the end. Don't stay and hope she'll become softer. Don't wait for her to suddenly appreciate you the moment you feel like a punching bag more than a partner. It's time to go. Preserve your peace. Walk away like a man who knows he deserves better and never look back. Sign number 3, flirting with other men. When a woman flirts with other men while she's with you, she's crossing a line that should never be blurred. And if you let it slide even once, you've already lost control of the relationship. This isn't about being insecure or controlling. This is about respect. A woman who's serious about you does not entertain other men, especially not in front of you. If she does, she's testing you. She's trying to see how much you'll tolerate. And the moment you tolerate it, she knows she can keep doing it. Flirting isn't always obvious. It can come in the form of lingering looks, playful touches, constant compliments to other guys, excessive laughing at their jokes, late-night texts with friends, or following and engaging with men on social media in a way that clearly goes beyond casual. You know the difference. You can feel it. Don't second-guess your gut just because she brushes it off with, "It's not that serious," or "You're being too sensitive." That's manipulation. That's her defending behavior she knows is wrong. Let's make one thing clear. A woman who values you will not play games with your peace of mind. She won't need the attention of other men because your attention is more than enough. But a woman who constantly flirts outside the relationship is signaling that she's keeping her options open. She wants to feel desired by others, even at the cost of disrespecting you. That's not harmless fun. That's a red flag waving in your face. Some men try to justify it. They say she's just outgoing or that's just how she is. No, man. That's how she acts when she doesn't take you seriously. And every time you stay silent, you train her to believe there are no consequences. You become the guy she disrespects in public and plates in private. You'll feel it in your chest every time another man makes her smile more than you do. You'll notice how she's more responsive to their text than yours. And before you know it, you're competing for the attention of a woman who should have already been yours. Real women don't entertain other men when they're in a relationship. They don't need to seek validation from the outside because they're focused on building with the man they chose. When a woman flirts with other men, she's either bored, testing your boundaries, or already halfway out the door. Whichever it is, your response should be the same. Walk away. Don't argue with her. Don't try to win her back. Don't waste time demanding loyalty from someone who clearly doesn't understand the basics of commitment. Let her have the attention she's chasing. Let her enjoy the spotlight. But you leave quietly, strongly, without explanation. A woman who flirts with others is telling you she doesn't fear losing you, and that's exactly when she should. So, be the man who doesn't fight for a seat where he's not being served. Stand up, walk out, and let her feel what it's like to lose a man who refuses to be one of many. Sign number 4, she never apologizes. When a woman never apologizes for the hurt she causes, that's not confidence. That's entitlement. That's pride masquerading as strength. And if you keep letting it slide, you'll find yourself in a relationship where you're always the one saying sorry even when you did nothing wrong. That's not love, that's emotional imbalance. It's a one-way street and eventually it will drain everything good out of you. A woman who refuses to apologize is not someone who can build a healthy relationship, because at the heart of every solid connection is accountability. We all mess up. We all say things we shouldn't. We all have moments of weakness. But when a woman refuses to admit she's wrong, she's not just avoiding blame. She's telling you her ego is more important than your feelings. And when ego runs the relationship, love dies slowly but surely. This type of woman will turn every issue around and make it your fault. You'll bring up something she did that hurt you, and somehow you'll end up apologizing to her. She'll use silence, mood swings, or guilt trips until you cave. She'll rewrite history in her favor, twist your words, or accuse you of being too emotional. It's a game of psychological chess. And if you don't see it for what it is, you'll start believing you're always the problem. What's even more dangerous is what this does to your confidence as a man. Over time, you'll start second-guessing yourself. You'll hesitate before speaking your truth. You'll walk on eggshells, trying not to upset her, even when you're the one who's been wronged. And that's exactly what she wants. Control, power, the ability to hurt you without consequences. A woman who never apologizes is showing you that she expects perfection from you but excuses it in herself. That double standard will choke the life out of your masculinity. You'll begin to question your worth, your voice, and your ability to lead. And once a man loses his voice in a relationship, everything else begins to fall apart. His focus, his purpose, even his peace. You may think staying with her shows strength, that you're being the bigger person, but strength isn't shown in how much disrespect you can endure. It's shown in how quickly you walk away when your value is no longer recognized. You don't fix a relationship with someone who won't own their mistakes. You don't build a future with someone who can't even say, "I was wrong." That's not strength. That's stubbornness. And stubbornness is poison when it goes unchecked. A woman who never apologizes doesn't just lack humility. She lacks the foundation that makes love real accountability. And without that, you're wasting time. You'll spend months or years trying to prove your love to someone who believes she's never at fault. And no matter what you do, it will never be enough. So don't beg for an apology. Don't try to teach her how to be an adult. Just walk quietly completely. Because a woman who can't say sorry will never be safe to love. Sign number 5. Always playing the victim. When a woman always plays the victim, you're stepping into a relationship that will suffocate your sense of logic and peace. It doesn't matter what happens. She will find a way to turn every disagreement, every flaw, and every issue into something you did to her. You will be the villain in every story she tells. And over time, you'll begin to doubt your own memory and judgment. That's emotional manipulation dressed up as innocent. Victimhood is a powerful tool for a woman who doesn't want to be held accountable. It allows her to avoid responsibility while gaining sympathy, control, and attention. And if you're not careful, you'll get caught in the trap of constantly trying to make her feel better, even when she's the one who caused the damage. You'll start managing her emotions more than your own. That's not love. That's emotional servitude. At first, it may seem like she's just misunderstood or sensitive. But the pattern reveals itself when she never owns up to her part in anything. If she cheats, it's because you weren't giving her enough attention. If she yells, it's because you made her feel unsafe. If she lies, it's because she thought you wouldn't understand. There's always a reason that places her as the helpless one and you as the aggressor. That's not growth, that's manipulation. In these kinds of relationships, you'll never feel seen. Your pain won't matter. Your frustrations will be brushed aside because everything always comes back to how she felt, how she was hurt, and how you need to fix it. She'll cry when confronted, twist stories to make herself look like the one suffering, and even rally friends or family to validate her perspective. It's all part of keeping you emotionally stuck. You'll start apologizing for things you never did, explaining yourself for the 100th time and trying to calm storms that she created. And the worst part, she'll begin to enjoy the power she has over you. Not consciously in every case, but she will notice how you bend, how you hesitate, how you shrink just to avoid another guilt trip. That's how men lose their strength. By constantly trying to rescue someone who isn't actually drowning, just pretending to be. A woman who always plays the victim is never building with you. She's draining you. You'll be stuck fixing things she breaks, mending wounds she creates, and explaining logic to someone who only sees emotions. You can't win with someone who refuses to see her own reflection. And you shouldn't try. There comes a point when a man has to stop trying to prove he's not the bad guy. If she's made up her mind that everything is your fault, let her live in that fantasy without you in it. You don't need to argue. You don't need to defend yourself anymore. You just need to walk away from the drama and chaos before it becomes your identity. Sign number 6. Constantly competing with you. If a woman turns every interaction into a competition, she's not looking for a partner. She's looking for an opponent. Relationships are meant to be partnerships, not power struggles. But when she constantly tries to outshine you, out-talk you, outperform you, or out-earn you just to feel superior, you're not in love. You're in a silent war. And trust me, that's a war you'll never win without losing your peace. This type of woman sees everything as a scoreboard. If you get a promotion, she needs a better title. If you get complimented, she suddenly needs attention too. If you have a strong opinion, she has to challenge it. Not because it's wrong, but because she can't let you have the final say. That's not strength. That's insecurity disguised as independence. When a woman is always trying to one-up you, it means she views your growth as a threat to her own identity. Instead of celebrating you, she competes with you. Instead of supporting your dreams, she subtly tears them down or finds a way to make them about her. That creates a toxic undercurrent in the relationship. You start holding back just to keep the peace. You stop sharing your wins because you know they'll trigger an argument or a sulky attitude. That's not intimacy, that's emotional sabotage. You'll notice that she rarely compliments your success without adding a comparison. That's cool, but I also did, or that's good for you, but I would have handled it differently. These kinds of comments wear you down. It becomes clear she's not trying to build with you. She's trying to prove she's better than you. And the moment a woman is more focused on being above you than beside you, she's already disqualified herself from being your teammate. Eventually, you'll start feeling like you're walking into a debate every time you open your mouth. You'll hesitate to share your opinions because you know they'll be challenged. You'll avoid talking about your goals because you know she'll try to outmatch them or find flaws in your plan. That's how masculine energy gets drained through constant correction, comparison, and contradiction. And here's the painful truth. If she's always competing with you, deep down she probably resents your confidence. She doesn't want a strong man. She wants to be the strong one. She may admire your power at first, but over time she'll want to overpower it. That's dangerous. That means the relationship will never be about mutual growth. It will always be a tug of war. A healthy woman sees your strength and feels safer, not smaller. She celebrates your wins as if they're hers too. She pushes you forward, not out of the way. But when you're with a woman who sees love as a leaderboard, you lose every time, because peace, trust, and mutual respect don't exist in her playbook. So, if you feel like you're constantly having to prove yourself to her, understand this. The right woman won't challenge your masculinity. She'll honor it. Sign number 7, public disrespect. When a woman disrespects you in public, she is telling the world something very clear. You mean nothing to her in that moment. She may say she loves you. She may post pictures with you. She may tell her friends how much you matter. But the truth always comes out in public. If she cuts you down, mocks you, yells at you, or exposes your private business in front of others, believe her actions. She doesn't respect you. And where there is no respect, love cannot survive. Public disrespect is not just a small slip. It's a direct insult to your position as a man. It chips away at your identity. You can't lead a woman who publicly emasculates you. You can't protect a woman who turns you into a joke when others are watching. And most importantly, you can't build a future with someone who constantly tears you down in front of others for laughs, leverage, or attention. It starts small. She interrupts you while you're speaking, finishes your sentences in a mocking tone, or rolls her eyes at your opinions. Then it escalates. She makes fun of your job, your income, your appearance, or your decisions in front of her friends or family. She criticizes how you talk, how you walk, how you think. And when you bring it up later, she calls you sensitive or says she was just joking. That's not humor. That's humiliation. A woman who respects you protects your image in public. She may disagree with you, but she handles it in private. She doesn't put on a performance for likes, laughs, or validation. She covers you not because you're perfect, but because she values the relationship. But if you're with a woman who can't wait to put you in your place in front of others, you are her trophy, only when it benefits her and her target when it doesn't. Public disrespect shows you what she really thinks of you when the mask slips. And make no mistake, it's a test. She wants to see how far she can push you, how much you'll tolerate, how deep she can wound your pride before you push back. And the longer you allow it, the worse it gets. She loses respect for you with every silent tolerance you offer, and so does everyone else watching. Eventually, your friends will notice. Her friends will notice. People around you will stop taking you seriously because they see the way she treats you. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start to shrink. You start avoiding confrontation. You stop showing up fully as a man because you've been trained to expect disrespect. You have to walk away from any woman who uses your dignity as entertainment. It's not about being too proud, it's about having enough self-respect to know when you're being dishonored. A real woman knows how to disagree with grace, how to correct with kindness, and how to speak life into her man even when she's frustrated. But a woman who disrespects you publicly is playing with your manhood, and that's not love. If a woman shows you any of these signs, you don't need more conversations. You need distance. Your peace, purpose, and masculinity are too valuable to waste on someone who drains them. Stop hoping she'll change. Stop thinking you can fix her. Walk away with your head high. The right woman won't fight you, mock you, or compete with you. She'll honor you, respect you, and bring out your best. Your time, attention, and love are not cheap. Start acting like it. Walking away isn't weakness. It's proof that you know exactly what you're worth. And real men never negotiate with disrespect. If you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't forget to follow the channel. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights every day from the first approach to lasting attraction. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.